For today's story, we do part 2 of 2 of recent state legislatures and how they are responding to the kids being taken to the drag shows. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Uncivil Law, where we learn through the misfortunes of others. As always, I welcome you to this channel and hope today is the day I earn that subscription. Recently, we covered the great state of Texas and how it responded to the drag shows. Well, as I promised, Texas isn't the only state that's having a response. Other states have thoughts too. The state of California has some thoughts. Would the state of California like to have the same thoughts or different thoughts? Well, I don't know. Let's go ahead and discuss this article and see how Texas is responding. California lawmaker jokes that Drag Queen 101 should be taught to kids in response to a Texas drag bill. Now, I'd like to take note here that this photograph of the California lawmaker has in no way been edited. I would just like to take note, this is literally an image of a California lawmaker who thinks Drag Queen 101 should be taught to kids. This guy right here. Okay, pressing on. A California state senator who has advocated on behalf of the transgender community in the past joked, or was it a joke, on Tuesday that he had an idea for legislation that would require the teaching of Drag 101 to school children. Are we sure it's a joke? Senator Scott Wiener, or is it Wiener? Again, that's his name. His name is Scott Wiener. Scott Wiener. This is a picture of Senator Scott Wiener, who wants to have the drag shows for the children. Scott Wiener. Moving on. Scott Wiener, a Democrat whose district encompasses San Francisco, made the comment in response to a tweet from Texas Texas Representative Brian Slayton, who was filing legislation to ban drag shows in their state. Quote, from Slayton, we recently covered, drag shows are no place for children. I would never take my children to a drag show. In response, Wiener over here offered up his own idea. This guy just gave me a bill idea, offering Drag Queen 101 as part of the K-12 curriculum, he wrote. Attending Drag Queen story time will satisfy the requirements. Scott Wiener has some thoughts for your children. Wiener-related thoughts for your children. Slayton then responded to Wiener's comments saying, this man is a California legislator. He's clearly sick. Please join me in praying for him. Maybe God can help him. Maybe. In a news release, he said that the law was necessary after a viral video circulated online showing children attending a drag show in Dallas. The event was advertised as Drag the Kids to Pride, a family-friendly drag show at the Mr. Dallas bar. The show attracted negative responses from some members of Congress, including Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. Yeah, the events of this past week were horrifying and showing a disturbing trend, said Slayton. Yeah. Wiener said his comments were a joke. Are they, though? Are they? Are you sure? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. And there is also the idea that half-truths are usually told in jest. So, yeah. Weiner has been an advocate for the trans community in the past. I couldn't have told you that. More recently, he introduced a bill that would require physicians and medical staff to undergo transgender, gender nonconforming, and intersex cultural humility training. Humility training. Are we trying to humiliate them? What sense of the word humility are we using here exactly? Another bill he introduced would have gotten rid of the requirement that convicted sex offenders have to automatically register as sex offenders if their age is within 10 years of a minor victim. He's not in favor of the sex registry. The bill said such laws discriminate against LGBTQ youth because sex acts between male and female in the same scenario are not only automatically registerable. Okay. In May, Weiner altered a bill to add protection for families outside California who are seeking healthcare treatments for transgender minors following a slew of transgender-related bills in red states. I am staying in the red states forever. It's only getting more red from here. I am staying in the red states forever with this. Holy shit. In 2017, he also came out in support of a bill signed into law that reduces penalties for knowingly exposing a sexual partner to HIV. Yeah, it used to be a felony. Knowingly exposing a partner to HIV, now it's only a misdemeanor. He's in favor of that. He's in favor of, he doesn't really mind if you knowingly expose someone to HIV. Legislatures passed a number of laws 3 decades ago at the height of HIV that criminalized behaviors of people living with HIV or added HIV-related penalties to existing crimes. These laws were based on fear and on the limited medical understanding of the time. In the decades since, societal and medical understanding of HIV has greatly improved. Effective treatments dramatically lengthen and improve quality of life for people living with HIV, treatments that also nearly eliminate the possibility of transmission. These are some thoughts by pictured State Senator Scott Wiener. California State Senator Weiner of San Francisco discussed this measure to provide legal refugee to displaced transgender youth and families during a news conference in March. He also authored a bill last year that would decriminalize certain hallucinogenic substances, including ecstasy. Well, that is a much different proposition, but holy shit, let's wrap up this article. Thus, that brings us to the end of the discussion of this article about California lawmakers joking, and we use the word joking very questionably here, about giving Drag Queen 101 to the kids. I mean, as a joke today, it'll be part of the school curriculum tomorrow. From this guy, Senator Weiner, Democrat, San Francisco. I may never visit the state of California again. Well, I guess I have to, actually, because I'm going for, but anyways, I'm not going to stay long. I wonder if I can get like religious wards or something. Like, can I get blessings before entering the abomination land or something? Holy God. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of discussion of this article. Thank you so much for being part of the Uncivil Law family. If you enjoyed this legal education content, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. We appreciate your continuing support. Until later, my friends, cheers and goodbye.